Hi everybody. Good evening. Welcome to Joel's College of Swing Era Knowledge. Monday nights Jazz, Tuesday Charleston, Wednesday Lindy Hop and Jitterbug, Thursday evening Swing here in Spokane, Friday Shag, Saturday Bell and Bell Swing, Sunday teacher and organizer discussions. We hope you're doing well out there. It is Wednesday night, April 15th. We are going to be doing some very cool stuff today. Let me turn the music off. All right. Okay. So I have all kinds of ideas and knowledge in this noggin to share with you, and I thought the next few weeks, the next few sessions, we're going to focus a little bit on Dean and Jewel versus Frankie and FREDA. If you want to label it as Savoy style versus smooth or Hollywood style. I mean, there's a lot of different names for it. Back in the day, there used to be a lot more emphasis put on, well, I don't know if emphasis put on is the right term for it, but I remember the Catalina days. You'd go to Catalina Island and the event was in the big ballroom, but the Hollywood kids would be out on the slab, the concrete slab, if you've ever been to Catalina. And they were doing their smooth Hollywood style dancing, but they didn't go in to the ballroom, which I was brand new. So, and Valerie and I were coming in from Cleveland, Ohio. So we were like, I don't know, this dance is dance, whatever. So there wasn't like, we didn't draw such a line in the sand, so to speak. And for a while there, it was a little bit like this. And it was like, hey, we're all just dancing. And then I think we all got over that and people started to blend a little bit here and there. But I feel like nowadays there's rarely any talk of like Dean Collins and Jewel McGowan as far as like their stylistic choices and things they did. There's a lot of stuff going on, again, AKA Savoy or Frankie style, whatever you want to call it. I like that there's a melding of the two. We're not so much like I have to do this way or the other way, but I thought I'd spend the next few sessions specifically comparing and contrasting the specific moves or figures of Dean and Jewel versus Frankie and FREDA. So this is going to be session 1. And tonight we're going to focus on some posture differences and the differences in how they would start their dancing. And so, again, if we're going to label it Dean and Jewel versus Frankie and FREDA, Dean and Jewel, I'm going to show you what is called a Sendout. And then Frankie and FREDA, we're going to do a Swingout, or sometimes we label it Swingout from closed. And so I'm going to dance that with Jackie, just so you can see the movements together. And then I'm going to break down the steps individually. I want to be sensitive to those being at home, kind of doing your own thing and whatnot. So let me get Instagram set up here. Sorry, Instagram. We got all kinds of stuff going on here. Okay. So, you get to see the end of our table. Hold on. Let me get that set up. That's a little bit better. And then Facebook's looking pretty good. I think you'll get our feet and everything. Okay, so watch the difference here. Here's what we got. So I'm going to dance with Jackie real quick, the moves, and then I'm going to break it down because we got a screaming kiddo upstairs. Okay, so if I'm going to dance Dean and Jewel style, we're going to have this what we call pike posture. We're going to start with rolling triples. So we're going to go a triple step kick, ball change, triple step, send out, triple. All right, and we're going to end in this pike position. Watch from this angle. So we start in this pike position. I'll go over all this in a little bit. So we're going to start with a rolling triples, triple step, kick, ball change, triple step, send out, triple. Yeah? Now, we're going to contrast that with Dean and Jewel style. Our posture, our knees are bent, And we're here, and I'm going to do a swing out. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yeah, and from this angle, I'm going to be in this posture. And again, I'm going to go over posture differences later. And I'm going to go rock, back, triple step, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so now we have 2 different variations, if you will, or 2 different looks on the start of the dancing. So hopefully I'll be able to call Jackie out a little bit later, but there's the moves that we're going to be working on. Okay, so we have the Dean and Jewel Sendout versus the Frankie and FREDA Swingout, or swing out from close. So the first thing I want to talk about is posture. So in a, if you want to label it a hardcore Dean and Jewel style, you'll see that we are in a piked, what we're going to call a piked position. Another way to think about that is feet in, butts away. Yeah? I remember couples, I wish I remember who it was though. So if Dean and Jewel are like, you know, like the brackets, like the end bracket of like coding or whatever, like the pointing ones. So Dean and Jewel are like this, and then Frankie and FREDA are more like this. But so check this out. I'll do it in my own body. So I'm here, and if I do Dean or Jewel style, again, feet in, butts away. So there's that bracket this way, right? Now, Frankie and FREDA would have their feet more underneath them, but again, the knees are bent, and I'm here, so I still have kind of that bend in the hip, but my feet are more underneath me, and the bracket, if you will, is over a little bit this way. Frankie was like really like, boom. But posturally, sorry about that, I need to turn this mic on so you guys can hear me. Posturally, there's something. Okay, there's something making this weird noise just over to the left of me. Sorry, it's like this whooshing sound. I don't know what that is. Okay, I wonder if you can hear it. If so, you hear this whooshing sound. Okay, so here I am in Dean or Jewel style. Feet in, butts away. Right, so you can see that pike. Right? Now, if I change this to feet more underneath me, but my weight's still forward, there's the posture for Savoy or Frankie and FREDA. And followers, same thing. So like for a follower, you might be feet in, butts away, or on the 7 and 8, you might have like this posture before the swivels or the switches, but your hips are away, and then in Savoy style, you're underneath you. So posturally, we have that difference. Now, when we first started the movement, I said we're going to start for Dean and Jewel with rolling triples. So if my feet in and my butt's away, I'm going to roll the triple, meaning I'm going to kind of go through the whole foot, like ball of the foot, heel of the foot as I'm doing the triples. So watch that from this angle. Let's see, this angle here. So I pike away, feet in, butts away, triple step, and we're going to put in a kickball change versus a rock step. Watch that from this angle. So I'm here, and I'm going to roll the triple, kickball change. Yeah, and followers are doing that same quality of movement, just starting on the right foot. Now, one of the reasons we start with the triple step, and again, this is a stylistic difference between Dean and Jewel versus Frankie and FREDA. I'm going to start with the rolling triple, and because of that, I'm going to start here. I'm the leader right now, and I'm going to count this musically. So if we start with a triple, we're going to have 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. Then I continue musically, 7 and 8, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. Now you'll notice I did the send out after the basic. So the basic is this 6 count rolling triple. Then I follow that up with 2 triples, and then I did this as a leader. So I'm going to move my rock step instead of kickball changing. I'm going to step out as I send my partner away, and they can either do a rock step or a kickball change. That creates a lot of nice counterbalance here, like a rubber band. And I'm going to send out, triple step, And when we finish in that open position, again, later you can go back and look at the video, and Jackie and I are going to end in that open kind of position. But again, our feet are in and our butts are away for the Dean and Jules style. Yeah, so it's just a stylistic choice. So watch that again from this angle. So I'm going to be here. I'm going to count it musically. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. So the 3, 4 is where we get that nice stretch for the send away or the send out, as we call it, Dean and Jules style. Oh, we can't hear. Oh, okay. It just stopped, whatever it was. It was really weird. It's like this sound. Okay. So right there is posturally, again, I'm going to think feet in, butts away for Dean and Jules style. Let me see if I get my hands the right way. There we go. And then Frankie and FREDA style, it's just, I mean, they're still bent at the waist, but their feet are more underneath them. So posturally, you make a stylistic choice when you dance. Now, what I notice a lot socially when people are dancing, and this is just like for me personally, my personal preference is when I dance with someone, I get engaged with them, I bend my knees, I put that little bend in my hips, and I'm ready to dance. That's not the way I walk onto the floor, but it's how I get into dance position. What I see most people do is just dance in the same position as they walk. And so a lot of people, when they're dancing, they're just going to be in this position, and they're holding their partner here. So I walk down on the floor, and I'm in this position, and I get connected with a partner. I'm like, okay, let's dance. And then you dance, and you do all your stuff just like this. So I might walk my partner to the floor, but as soon as I go into dance mode, I'm going to be here. So now I've bent my knees, I've got a little hinge in my hips, and I'm dancing, I'm connected with my partner, ready to go. And again, if I'm going to do smooth style, Hollywood Dean Collins style, I'm going to feet in, butts away. Yeah, and so again, you carry your posture, you carry your connection with you when you connect with someone. You can feel if someone does a little pike away versus underneath versus standing straight up, hips underneath, just kind of tucked under. And so posturally, you make that difference. Now, back in the day when people were teaching the Dean and Jules style a little bit more, when you do that pike away or feet in, butts away, you have a little bit, nowadays I'll call it a little bit more connection of the hand on the back. And when Jackie gets away from me and we have the open position, we're connected left hand to right hand, there's a little bit more tension, just a little, but we're both carrying our own weight. You just saw me show the posture and I didn't need to hang on to something. Back in the day, they did some crazy stuff talking about like mega counterbalance, where you basically use the partner to stay upright because you were countering so much. Your feet were so in and you were leaning back or putting your hips away so far. And literally, I was in classes where they would say, if you let go of the connection, you fall backwards. And there was teachers that would say that extreme, like you fall backwards. And then I watched another workshop with another couple who said, well, you have the counterbalance, but when you let go, it's like you need to just take one step back. So still pretty extreme. And then nowadays, I think we're a little bit more in control of our own bodies on the dance floor. And even though we're going to connect, we're still going to be in control. So nowadays we'd have that tension, but if I let go, we're still able to maintain our balance and maintain our own control. So the connection between the hands, there's going to be a wide range of tension in that, as far as when you go away from anybody, from nothing to like extreme yank, but we're going to be in control the whole time. There's a question. In the world of many different postures taught, how do we rationalize the connection between the lead and follows postures, very different styles? How do you rationalize it? It's not, I mean, every time I dance with someone, it feels completely different. So Everybody that comes to the dance floor has a rule book, whether you know it or not, depending on who you learned from, where you started dancing, all the influences you have, how much body awareness you have, how you carry your frame. And so all of that is your rule book. Sometimes my rule book matches up really nice with someone else's rule book and everything feels really good. Sometimes my rule book doesn't match up with someone I'm dancing with. And those are the hiccups. Those are the like, oh, this is going to be interesting. Sometimes if I'm dancing with a beginner that doesn't understand frame and I go to lead something, but the follower's arm goes back behind them or goes all over the place, I can feel all those hiccups and all that disconnection. It doesn't mean I can't dance with them. It just means that our rule books aren't matching up yet. Maybe that person needs to take a few more lessons to understand frame and technique. But outside of like basic land, now, especially tonight's talk is talking about very stylistic differences. And so the best dancers, the most advanced dancers are those that can adjust on the dance floor with different people and different styles. So if I were to dance with someone who had more of a counterbalance and I can feel they're doing this more Hollywood, smooth style Dean Collins kind of feel, I can modify my connection and my body accordingly. If somebody's more Savoy, FRANKIE, FREDA style, I can modify accordingly as well. I can also adjust my frame based on what I feel the other person doing. I can increase my tension or decrease my tension. These are all really, really more like high level advanced concepts, but rather than rationalize like one way is better than the other, I always think like there's just a bunch of different ways and you want to adapt to everybody. Okay, so posturally, we have the difference between feet in and butts away and feet underneath you, and we did the send out. Now for the followers on the send out, let me go through that quickly. I want to be mindful of people solo at home. So followers that are at home, your feet are in and butts are away. You're going to feel that rolling triple, triple, triple. You're going to feel the leader rhythmically do a kickball change, triple, triple. Now when the leader rocks you back, you have the choice to either rock back or as he sends your hips away to kick, fall change, and then he's going to push you forward, triple step, triple step. And again, you're going to have your hips away and your feet in, butts away. Now, you're going to see it from this angle. What I did there, again, a stylistic choice for followers. So I'm connected with the leader, and I have triple step, kick, ball change, triple, triple. Here comes the rock or the kick, ball change. Now, on this triple step, I'm purposely going to walk into my arm a little bit. Again, this is a frame choice. I walk into my arm and I unwind triple step. Yeah, and it, again, if you have your frame out a little bit more, you won't get as much of an unwind look or feel. But again, this is a characteristic thing for Dean and Jewel, the way that they did their send out. Remember, we're talking about the way they would start their dancing. Sorry about that. Let me turn this down just a little bit. Okay. So again, we have the send out, and if I count that one more time for the followers, I'll do it to the camera so you can see how I'm here. I'm going to have 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, then 6, 7 and 8, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 into my arm, 7 and 8, being ready to move on the 1 of the music. So that send out has that nice 6 count beginning, and then the send out, and we're ready to go on the 1. Adapt. Oh, yes, I like that word, adapt. I don't think our internet is going in and out. I hope not. Ooh, I know everybody's got different connections out there, so hopefully we're okay so far. It looks like we're still live. Looks like we're connected. Okay. So now let's get into the swing out, or the Frankie and FREDA style. Okay, so now remember, my feet are going to be underneath me. I'm still going to have a nice forward athletic posture and knees are bent. But now in Frankie and FREDA land, they would start their dancing not with a send out, but what we would call now as a swing out. If we want to be a little more specific, a swing out from closed to open. Okay, so that looks like this. From the leader's standpoint, I'm going to be here. Again, my feet are more underneath me, but I have this nice position in my hips. And I'm going to rock my partner back with a step, step, get in front on the triple step, and then lead my partner through, opening up my hips. A 5, 6, 7, and 8. And Frankie would usually get low and down here. He would always talk about dancing with the queen. So you bow to the queen. So you bow to your follower. So Frankie would get really low in this posture. So rather than feet in, butts away, I'm going to be here, feet under the hips, but still have that pike in my hips. All right, so watch that again from this angle for leaders. So my feet are underneath me posturally. We're going to start with a swing out. And the footwork is step, step, triple step, open that hip and triple step, and be nice and low in this posture here. So Frankie FREDA style is a swing out for the start of your dancing. Dean and Jewel, a send out. Okay, so followers, poof, I'm following now. So I'm going to start my right foot going back. I'm going to feel the leader give me a little rock step or a back step, triple step, leader gets in front. I can feel my back being pulled, and I'm going to go out accordingly. Now, if we want to be really true to Frankie and FREDA style, we're going to go out what I call straight or forward. So you're going to go out 5, 6, and that right foot's going to go in front, 7 and 8, open up, and my feet are a little more underneath my hips, ready to twist in or whatnot. So again, I want you to be mindful of when the leader leads you out, I'm going to go 5 forward, feel the connection, 6, right foot in front, or a forward swing out, and then triple step away. From this angle for the followers, I do a back step, triple step, forward in front, then triple step. Now, again, that forward in front is another stylistic choice, and we're going to probably talk about this a little more next week with regards to, because next week's is going to be a whip versus a Lindy Turn or a swing out from open. So we're going to get more in depth on that beginning part. But tonight I really wanted to focus on the differences between the way Dean and Jewel would start, kind of like, hey, we're on the floor, or sequence starts, and this is where they start with the send out versus Frankie and FREDA doing the swing out, okay? And now when we do the swing out, aka Savoy style, and we open up the hips, but we lead the follower forward, not so much turning or what we call backing out these days. And so that creates that forward swing out. So back in the day, we used to say, Frankie would say like let go on 5, and then there would be teacher would say like twist on 5. So Dean and Jewel would twist on 5, or like let go on 5. I mean, it's just like, again, drawing things in the sand. Nowadays we're going to do and meld everything together, and we're going to get into that in a little more detail next week. Okay, so I hope my internet will adapt. It's snowing here. Yeah, so I think we're okay on our end. Okay, so let me dance this all the way through without stopping. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to dance from the leader's standpoint, the send out, Dean, and then the swing out, Frankie style. Okay, so here we go, all the way through, no stopping. So again, on the floor, feet in, butt away. I'm going to start with the Dean send out. A triple step, kick, ball change, triple step, counterbalance, send out, triple step. Let me count that. We have 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, then 6, 7 and 8, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, ready for the 1, 2. Okay, boom, Frankie and FREDA style. I'm going to go. So I'm going to do the feet first. I'm going to go a back step, triple step, open up and triple step. If I count that, I have 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 ready for the 1 of the music. Okay, followers, jewel, feet in, butts away. Triple step, kick, ball change, triple step, rock it back, walk into the arm, unwind. If I count that for the followers, again, starting with the right foot, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5, and 6, 7 and 8, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, ready for the 1, 2. Poof! Frankie's partner, FREDA, Savoy style. Boom, feet underneath, athletic posture. You're going to feel that back step being led. Back step, triple step, walk straight out and triple step. If I count that for the followers, I have 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yeah? Okay, so now we just broke down the posture differences between Savoy and Smooth, if you want to label it that way, or Frankie and FREDA versus Dean and Jewel. And we talked about the basic starting points of these kind of classic, iconic couples, the Sendout versus the Swingout. Are there any questions out there? All right, and this is going to be part of a like a 4. I think I'm going to do 4 sessions. Tonight was posture and the Sendout versus the Swingout. Session 2 is going to be the whip versus the Lindy Turn, or the what we call Swingout from open. That'll be session 2. Session 3 is going to be a rhythm circle versus a Lindy circle. So the difference is there. And then I thought there's another move that I think is really cool that again isn't being done so much these days. And I'm going to lump it with Dean and Jewel. It's called Savoy kicks versus side-by-side Charleston. And so again, these figures are, I would say nowadays we're definitely continuing and doing more of the Savoy style or Frankie and FREDA moves. I don't want the Dean and Jewel stuff to get lost. I don't want people to forget about it. And it's one of those things you just got to remember that this style exists. You know that it's something you can go to as a leader or a follower. Now, with that said, posturally, if you really want to emulate the style, you're going to do that bracket thing versus the feet under. But you absolutely can do a Sendout while you're in like Frankie's posture and FREDA's posture. And you absolutely can just do a swing out in a piked position, Dean Collins style. I'm just passing on historically what they would normally start with as far as, again, the Sendout versus the swing out. But I don't want you to think like, oh, I'm doing Dean Collins style. I have to do a Sendout all the time. No. I just want you to understand the stylistic differences. Did these start as just Frankie, FREDA, and Dean Jewel playing around with different moves and then just become different routines? I think a lot of this, it comes from a lot of the footage that we've studied over the years. So in general, you'd kind of see Dean and Jewel starting in closed position, rolling triples, send out, then into figures. Frankie and FREDA starting with a swing out in general. And again, I want to be very careful that I'm not labeling this as like, if you do Savoy style, you must start with a swing out. And if you do smooth style, you must start with a send out. I'm just contrasting the two different styles. Something I really struggle with is consistency and the tension in the hand, especially variations. Can you talk about it in the context of these postures? Okay, yes, I can. So I'm going to bring out my perfect partner here, the chair. Okay, so at the end of the swing out, if I'm a follower and I go out and I'm here and my feet are underneath me, I feel this nice tension in this chair. Now, if I go too far, I'm going to pull that chair over. Right? But if I don't go out far enough, I feel nothing here. Okay, now that's my feet underneath me. Right? Now I can still go feet in, butts away, and still have that same connection. I'm not so far away that I pull that chair toward me, and I don't stop so short even though my feet are in and my butt is away. Let me get over here so you can see that better. That I'm not connected to the chair. So now I'm connected to the chair, feet in, butts away, yeah? And if I let go, I have my own posture. Yeah, so whatever foot's forward, whatever you want to work with, I'm connected, but I have my posture. If my feet are more underneath me, boom, I let go, I have my own posture. But now obviously I'm controlling where I am in relation to this chair, and it's static. If you put something that's dynamic on the other end of this, then you're going to be constantly adjusting. So if the leader that's connected to you gives you, if the leader gives you a lot of tension in their arm, you're gonna feel that, and you want to adjust accordingly. If a leader gives you a looser connection at the end of his arm, you're going to want to adjust accordingly. And again, this is based on your rule book, the way you want to connect, and then you can kind of talk to your partner afterwards about, hey, what were you trying to lead there, or what connection were you looking for, if you feel those kind of what I call hiccups or differences in the connection points. So again, everybody has a different rule book. Like some people learn that frame is frame, and then they're going to feel really stiff, regardless of what your preference is or how you hold your arm. If I have a nice spongy frame, but my partner is stiff like a statue, it's going to feel stiff. On the flip side, if I'm real loosey-goosey in my arm and I have a really light connection, if you have the best frame in the world, you're going to consistently feel this light kind of ambiguous connection in my arms. So then you have a choice in that moment while you're dancing with someone. How do you adjust your frame and your connection to feel the best that you think you can feel to the other person? Now that's assuming you're dancing with connection, and that's important to both of you, because there's a lot of leaders out there I know that just they think they know a bunch of moves and know how to lead them, but they're not really connected with their partners. Oops, did I just say that out loud? So regardless if I'm doing a Sendout or a Swingout, I'm going to try to be as connected to my partner as I can, and I'm going to utilize that connection to my advantage. So I'm creating these shapes, I'm creating these postural differences for my partner to feel. If my partner doesn't feel these and adjust with me, then we're just kind of like, again, we're just going to feel like we're battling a little bit if we're trying some different stylistic choices and whatnot. So again, I'll say it, the best dancers are the ones that can adapt and modify based on the partner that they're with. So I hope that helped answer Alexis's question about with the two styles. Oh, so Jackie's back. Let's wrap this up so you can see it with a partner one more time. Yeah, taking care of kiddo upstairs, so it's all good. All right. So now watch, since I put it all together, we're gonna wrap up the class. So here we are, feet in, butts away. And now I'm gonna do the rolling triple to start. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. And you can see Jackie's feet are in, butts away. But if I let go, we both have our connection. Now, I'm going to go back to what I said earlier. Back in the day, we would counterbalance. All right? And if I let go of Jackie, she's flying through that wall, and we don't want that to happen. Right? Or if Jackie lets go of me, I got a couch behind me. If Jackie lets go of me, I'm under the couch. Right? We don't want to dance like that for a long time. So we have a really nice connection here at the end. Now, Frankie and FREDA style. Poof, here we go. Feet more underneath us, and we go. Rock, step, triple step, pa, pa, ta, ga, ta. And now feet are more underneath us in this posture, and if I let go, we're in control of this posture. But Jackie feels just like that chair did. She feels really nice in this connection. I don't feel like the chair is going to pull me off balance. I don't feel like I'm going to pull the chair off balance, but we have a nice connection here in this position. Okay, let's do it one more time from this angle. So feet in, butts away, we go. A triple, triple, kick, ball change, triple, triple, send out, triple, triple step, And now we're in this posture. We're in control. Boom, Frankie and Freda style. Feet underneath. 5, 6, 7, 8. A rock step, triple step. Send out and triple step. Boom, feet underneath. Connected. Let's do that one more angle, Jackie. We're going to go straight to the camera. So here we are. Actually, 2 more angles. We'll go here and then we'll go away so you can see all angles. Feet in, butts away. Triple, triple, kickball change. Triple, triple, send out straight to the camera. Yeah, now Frankie and Freda style. And again, especially from this angle, followers, watch how Jackie goes straight to the camera or takes that right foot in front rather than backing out. And again, we're going to get into this in great detail next week. Step, step, triple step, 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 a triple step. Okay, last angle from the behind. Feet in, butts away. Triple, triple, kick, ball change. Triple, triple, send out, triple, triple step. Frankie and Freda style. Boom, feet underneath, athletic posture. A rock step, kick in front, send, pop, bada, with that nice swing out. Excellent, good timing, Jackie. Okay, so, hopefully you were able to work that if you're quarantined at home solo, or if you have a partner, start to work with that. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us. We can do a Zoom session for more detailed information. But for now, I think that's a really good wrap-up of session 1 of Dean and Jewel versus Frankie and Freda, posture, and the Sendout versus the Swingout. This is Joel's College of Swing Era Knowledge. Oh, I have a question before I wrap this up. Let's see. The question is, I see that Jackie finishes opened with the Dean and Jewel move. What is contributing to that? Is it more of a forward swing out? Is opened up and Dean and Jewel move?
You mean squared up?
What is the contributing to that? Is it more forward swing out? On the end of either the swing out or Dean and Jewel, Jackie's left hip is open more. Spike, swing out. Jackie goes out and triple step. Her left hip is open there. If I do the send out, we're just going to go straight from the send out. Send out, triple, triple. Left hip is open, but probably not as much as the Savoy. I mean, she can, though. She can open that hip up a little bit more. Yeah? So it all depends on the stylistic choice or the style that you want to look there. But either way, like the end of that, you're in what we would call open position. And we're going to start from there next week and talk about a whip versus a Lindy Turn or a swing out open to open. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's session of Joel's College of Swing Era Knowledge. Monday, Jazz. Tuesday, Charleston. Wednesday, Lindy Hop and Jitterbug. Thursday evening, Swing here in Spokane. Friday, Shag. Saturday, Balboa and Bell Swing. Sunday, Chat for Teachers and Organizers. If you had a little bit of joy tonight because of sharing your time with us, if we put a little bit of new knowledge in your head to help your dancing, please consider donating above as much as you can. We'd really appreciate it. And without further ado, this wraps up Joel's College of Swing Era Knowledge Lindy Hop edition. Night, night. Crazy about you.